Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening, everyone. First of all, thank you. We wish to the God Almighty for His blessing, so we can complete this project task both in the form of presentation and paper in a timely manner. Thank you to the lecturer examiner, Mr. Tita Abdi Toma Mesoya Hulu, ESCOM, have given us the chance to discuss and present our project. So before the discussion start, let me introduce my group. My name is Fahad Ahmad Bunyamin, and my partner is Erlangga Muhammad Prima Prasetya. This video is made for the requirement for fulfill the third project implementation in this semester. So let me start to discuss. The title is Employee Management System. So the first one is Introduction of CCO. CCO is a technology that enables on-demand access to a shared pool of computing resources such as servers, storage, and application over the internet. The second one is our project employee management system. Many companies use this system to manage employee data, as a strong reason is that the many features provided on the web make it easier for human capital to manage it. So after this, we're going to present you about our employee management system. We're going to demonstrate it right away. So this is our login page. We have email address and password, and then the login button. So if we click here, we got the preloaded animation. Okay, so in the navbar, we have the EMS icon, and then the keluar button or logout button. On this section, we have overview. This will have 3 containers, total semua pegawai, total pegawai keluar, and total pegawai masuk. After that, we have 3 different containers for the calendar to the employee to manage their works. Then after this, my partner Erlangga Muhammad Prima Prasetya will explain to you about the informasi pegawai.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Fahad. And for the next, for the step by step is for the first, we build the website with the Bootstrap, and for the dynamic, we use the database. And step two, we use the database, Firebase, connect that. And the last is the hosting. We are use the Firebase 2 for the hosting. Use the code the Firebase deploy. And this the here UD informasi pegawai. You can see we have the ID, NIK, nama pegawai, nama HP dan FC. And for the connected the Firebase, we must see the project settings, and we must add or input the code to consider Firebase config. We must input the API, authorization domain, project ID, and etc. And for the next, if we was input the constant Firebase config, we must initialize for the connector DB Firestore collection, and we use the Firestore database for this project and we create the employee star collection in here. And after that, you can see in the website for the view or the display, the HTML, we must get data or fetch data from the JavaScript to Firebase, and we use the assign function get data and get element by ID from the HTML ID data for the inner HTML, and constant employee DB collection employee for the Firebase, and we display to the table row. Use the can see in here. We use the table row and use the table from the Bootstrap. We fetch data and display data with the Firebase data. Okay, have the employee data. from the variable is nick, nama, and nomor handphone. And after that, we have the create data or tambah data. For the code, we get again the element by ID for the ID save data and give the event listener at event listener for the save data. If button we click, the data will be saved to the Firebase and display in the display HTML in our website. And in the usually we use the DB collection is employee and add this for the save the data nick, nama, nomor handphone, and then after we add, we give the console log document written with ID and empty to the empty the form and give the alert data berhasil disimpan if success and automate to refresh in the window location employee HTML. And if error, we give the log for the console error, error adding document. For the example, okay, data berhasil disimpan. This is the console for the JavaScript and will be in here will be refresh automate use the code window location. Okay, and for the Firebase from the database, the data will be saved in here. The success. And in the next is update data. We use something button or update data. For the example, it's the test 2. Okay, like this. We use the update data and again with the get element by ID from the update data and give the add event listener click. If we click, the data will be update, not save, but update. And connects to always the DB collection is employee like the Firebase create. And for the update, we have the nick and Sam's nama and number handphone for the update. And then if success, the log will be give the alert is documented successfully update and back to automated to refresh in window location employee HTML. And if error, the console log will be give the alert error updating document and will be refreshed to employee HTML. For the example to okay, data will be updated with use the at event listener in here. In the Firebase, the data was updated. And for the last is delete data. In here we use the hapus button. Okay, if we delete, data will be deleted. And we use the get element by ID too. And the target is dataset the ID employee. And if the class list hapus data, the ID hapus data, the collection always use the employee. And if click delete, the data will be delete and give alert data berhasil dihapus and give log data berhasil dihapus. And if error, the log will be give the console error like the alert error removing the code. For the example 2, the demonstration is this data employee 1 will be delete. Okay, data berhasil dihapus. Okay, the data will be deleted in the Firebase too because this website is connected to Firebase. And Okay, that's all from the demonstration about this website, the website. We use the Bootstrap and JavaScript for the build this website. And step two, we use the Firebase for the database. And the last for the hosting, we use the Firebase, Firebase init, Firebase deploy. Okay, that's all for demonstration for me. And next will be presented by Mr. Fat. Thank you.
Okay. So thank you for listening. And the conclusion is, so this website may be so many fail or many doesn't have too much expectation. So we hope you understand our project very clearly. And our conclusion is this: to manage our website, EMS, the HR team will manage the worker or employee to manage them very easily. And about the suggestion, we have maybe many fail or any doesn't have too much expectation for our project. We have to clearly add many different feature for the next time, or amount of time will be needed for sure. And that's for our conclusion and suggestion. And thank you for listening to our project. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.